What's up, YouTube? This is Crisis X with another video for you. This is actually the second match in my gaming battles. You can find the first one on my channel as well. It's the Domination, which was a horrible game. So coming into this one, I decided I was gonna calm down, took a breath or two, because I was really pissed that first match. It went all wrong. But I got my stuff together. Know that there's a radar. I'm officially using it and everything. Decided to start off with the Mini-uzi. The Mini-uzi has a faster fire rate than the UMP, so I was hoping this would really change, the whole way the battle was going. We'll see how this works out in a minute. So while you're watching, I'm gonna go ahead and throw some stats at you as we go through this about the different weapons, so that you have a better understanding of what's going on and stuff, and maybe it'll help you in your future selection. Because most people just grab the UMP, and of course, it's a pretty good weapon to dominate with. However, there are some better guns. It's just the UMP has less restrictions. Let's put it that way. Alright, starting off with the UMP, it has a damage between 30 and 20, and a head multiplier of 1.4 for the head, and 1 for the chest, and 1 for the limbs. Its magazine starts at 32, with the extended mags is at 48. Its maximum ammunition is 192, and you unlock it at level 44. The reload time is about 3 seconds, and emptying the clip is about 3 seconds as well. It's got a fire rate of 950 RPM. So again, it's a pretty good gun. It's got a high recoil, sort of say, and if you put the silencer on it, it's really cuts down on it, easier to handle. Again, if you're using a high fire rate gun, it's good to go ahead and put the silencer on it, and if you find yourself not able to control the recoil, slowly push down on the joystick, or better yet, do bursts, especially if you're trying to do something at far distance with either the UMP or the Mini-uzi. Now the UMP is heavily used on game battles, and you'll see it being used almost everywhere in the games as well, mostly search and destroy, just because it's easier to dominate with it. It has a damage between 40 and 35, a head multiplier of 1.4, and 1 and 1 for the chest and limbs. The magazine starts at 32, and with the extended mags, it's at 48. It has 96 bullets starting off, and you can unload it in about 5 seconds. To reload's about 2 seconds. You unlock it at level 1. You can start off with first recon, or when you get your classes, you can easily equip it. The recoil is, how do I put this? At anything at a sensitivity under 7, it's pretty low. Anything higher than that, it gets crazy, especially if you're trying to fire at a distance. You'll have to shoot in bursts. Now, putting the suppressor on it helps out a lot. Again, you should still shoot in bursts, because the recoil is almost hard to deal with. Its rate of fire is 630 RPM. So comparing that to the Mini-uzi fires faster. Alright, so for the intervention, it's a bolt action, so it's not a semi-automatic or anything. It doesn't rapidly fire. It's 1 bullet per second. The damage is at 70. With silencer, it's at 50. It has a head multiplier of 1.5 for the head, neck, and chest, with the stomach being at 1.1 and the limbs 1. It's 4 magazines, 5 bullets per, and with the extended mags you get 10. The reload time is about 3 seconds. To unload it, it's almost 5 seconds, because again, it's about a bullet per second. Its rate of fire is 65 RPM. Recoil, it's not bad at all, to be honest. You can quick scope with it with no problem. And it has a really good penetration even without FMJ. And you unlock this weapon at level 4. Quick discovery: I'm actually using sleight of hand on my intervention, so the actual firing of the bullets is not 1 second, it's about 2 seconds and a little bit of change. With sleight of hand, it turns it into about 1 second, so that gives you about a 5-second window to empty your clip, if you get what I'm saying. So I believe that's all the weapons we actually go through in this match right here, and I'll probably give you some more the next game battle, because I think we switch it up just a little bit. When you're playing game battles, the thing to remember is the UMP is a highly used weapon. The G18 Akimbo's is highly used, and so is the M93 Raifikis. They're highly used. Akimbo's, I mean, are highly used as well. So you get in this close range and the shotguns and all that isn't allowed, just realize that they'll probably have those. Ninja Pro is a must. Everybody pretty much uses it. If it's radar always on like this match, then of course it's not necessary because it's not going to help you, which is why I chose to use like sight rep. On this class particularly that I'm using on the intervention, I do believe that I have Ninja Pro on. Usually I'll switch between that and Steady Aim Pro. But for game battles, I usually stick with Ninja. If you're using the UMP, a good thing to remember is that you don't really need FMJ. You can equip the silencer, cold-blooded, and of course Ninja, and you'll do just fine, because it already has a decent penetration, and the fact that it already does a high level of damage to begin with, so it's not necessary to put FMJ or stopping power on a UMP. Again, if you're doing an open battle like this, then sure, go for it. It'll just make the kill even quicker, but again, not needed. You saw me using before the TAR, which is an awesome gun. I would go with stopping power and a silencer for it, because without stopping power it is a little weak, but it fires off at a decent rate. It just has a horrible size for a clip. So now going back into this game battle, it's wrapping up, almost 3 minutes left, and we're kind of at a standstill. It'll be just a little bit more before this game actually ends. Now, I actually had a lot of fun in this match. We were basically playing like King of the Hill, and we kept using that building as like a headquarters. So after you got the kill, you pretty much owned that land, and the other one had to come for you. This definitely could have played out a lot different. He could have found somewhere to hide and had me come after him, since he had the lead at the beginning, but he didn't really. A lot of time people do that in TDMs. They'll get the lead and then they'll camp for the rest of the game just to make sure they keep the lead and win the game. Of course, that's smart thinking, but it's not really fun. So a good thing to remember when you're doing radar always on is that you can always hit start to see a full map and be able to see exactly where your opponent is. Now, if it's a two-layered building or a multi-layered structure, of course you're not going to know the exact location, but you can get a pretty good idea of where they are, and just watching their movements for a few seconds will allow you to know whether they're going upstairs or whatever. So if you see them running to the left of some stairs, or running to the left of a building where some stairs are, and they're moving up and down that wall, then obviously they're either going up or down the stairs, which I know it's not definitely a clear picture of what's going on, but at least you have some kind of idea of exactly. Alright, so we're coming up to the end of this video, and as you can see, it's pretty much over. It's like a minute and, what's that, 17 seconds left as I'm saying this. There is one more game battle after this. I won't tell you whether I won the official thing or they won. If you was listening to the previous commentary, you might already know the answer to this, but I'll leave that up for y'all to check out the new video, which I'm hoping to get up tomorrow. And then the main commentary that I'll be putting up for my channel will be probably on Friday. It's what I'm really hoping for. I'm probably going to do it early and probably get it up maybe Thursday night or so. Haven't really worked into that yet. I'll also be including the updates. I'll have stuff like reviews and other things coming on, and I'll go into full detail with that in the main channel. You may also notice that in my description I've been putting up links to my team's profile, their YouTube page, and their website. So go ahead and check that out. You can check out the YouTube page. We'll be putting up game battles that we do and stuff, and going in full detail with it. We'll also be doing a team, I guess you could say a podcast basically, and you'll be able to hear up on updates and stuff with us. We'll be talking about all kinds of things, especially in the Call of Duty realm. So go ahead, check us out, subscribe, favorite, and just keep out on the lookout for the next videos that are coming out. Again, Thursday, Friday, hoping to get out more videos for you. And of course, check out the team's YouTube page. See ya.